And I talked about Gyökeres and how, if you remember, when I posed, Martinelli is ahead or behind, however you want, or in front of the defenders. Look at where Gyökeres is. This is what I'm talking about. This is what he has to bring in his game. Pose. That's Gyökeres. There's no way right now that the defender should catch you.
But what should he do though, Thierry? There, so
that first touch,
because he's trying to bend his run to stay
obviously,
on
you're going to see he's going to be on side. But what I'm trying to say is, when that ball's going to be played, please roll it. Now, pose. Go back a tiny bit. Stop. That ball has to go here.
Across the defender.
There's no way that those guys should catch you if you take care of the ball properly. He's going to have two chances to do it. He won't do it. He doesn't even look at what's happening. He's praying. They are praying. But that first touch is not going to be good. Roll it. Second touch, pose again. Look at, go back, sorry. Look at how he's gonna go like this.
Is that a confidence thing or technical thing?
Yes. Look, we all know that he's been scoring, but away from home, that has to be a goal. Martinelli made it a goal, and he didn't have the space that he had. And obviously, he didn't take the ball well here, nor there. Let it go. Next thing you know, pose. Go back. Here, there is no way, from what we saw from the halfway line, that you're going to put your hand on me to make sure that I'm not going to unleash and have a 1v1. He should have had a 1v1. You miss, but you should have had a 1v1.
So if Arsenal want to win the Champions League, they need to do this a lot better.
Hopefully it will happen. I'm just saying the difference being going 1-0 up and still staying 0-0.
We need Trossard, who there was talk about potentially leaving in the summer, is a very good squad player for Arsenal. I know he won't like to hear that, but he always generally makes a difference coming off the bench, and did so again, digging that one out of his feet for a comfortable 2-0 win in the end. And I just always felt that it looked like a sort of match day one game to me. Arsenal gained, a little bit more control as the game went on. I always felt they had another gear or two, Arsenal, to be quite honest with you. Couldn't quite get Eze into the game. Thought Gyökeres made some decent runs in the first half, particularly down the left-hand channel. But again, the service to him isn't great. I think there was a cross from Henry and Timber in the first half that maybe he should have been a little bit more on his toes. He got there with a header, but he was on the stretch. But for Mikel Arteta, it's job done. 2 great substitutions, 3 good points. They're not the strongest team, Athletic Club, but they're a decent side, so it was not an easy place to go. And I thought it was a decent performance at best from Arsenal, and it looked to me as if they just did enough to get over the line.
Subs making a difference tonight then, Robbo?
Well, it was a difficult game for them at the start because I thought Athletic Club started well. They were very aggressive. They played 4-4-2. They said they were going to press the ball. And the spare player was Merino in the midfield. But they never got the ball to him. And he's not the sort of player, if he does get the ball, that's going to open up defences with his passing. So it really worked for Athletic Club. They closed the ball down. They made it difficult. They were never going to open up Arsenal with clever football. It was about winning the ball back in good areas and playing from there. And as Craig just said, Arsenal, as the game wore on, they got more control of it. They found more space on the field. They kept on hitting big switches out to Madueke. And the substitutions were very good. They're not the substitutions you expect were going to change the game, but they did because Trossard, who we thought was going to play in the number 10 role, and Merino was going to play up front. It was the other way around. Merino came that little bit deeper, and Trossard played the centre forward. And Martinelli showed what good pace he's got. As Craig said, it wasn't a great performance, but it was good enough to be a competitive Athletic Club side.
Thierry Henry couldn't hide his admiration as he broke down Arsenal's thrilling performance against Athletic Bilbao, singling out Victor Gyökeres for a standout display. The Swedish striker impressed with his relentless movement, clever link-up play, and ability to stretch Bilbao's backline, giving Arsenal an extra dimension in attack. Henry highlighted how Gyökeres' physicality and sharp instincts kept the Spanish side under constant pressure, showing why he could become such a vital figure for Mikel Arteta's system this season. But it wasn't just Gyökeres who stole the spotlight. Henry also praised the clinical finishing of Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard, whose goals sealed a convincing 2-0 win. Martinelli's explosive burst of pace and composure in front of goal drew particular attention, while Trossard's instinctive strike reinforced his growing importance in Arsenal's frontline. For Henry, this was more than just a victory. It was a glimpse of how Arsenal's attacking trio can combine flair, intelligence, and efficiency to trouble any opponent in Europe.